If you know us or you're new to the channel, we're the Boeckle Brothers, and you know we flip luxury homes.
Guys, we just bought our biggest flip yet. We spent $1.6 million on the purchase of this new luxury flip.
We're gonna go show you the house, tell you about the designs, and at the end of the video, we'll show you all of our numbers and the profit we're potentially gonna make.
Let's check this thing out. Like we said, we're the Boeckle Brothers. I'm Landon.
And I'm Jesse.
And we flipped over 300 properties right here in the Las Vegas market. We're educators in the Boeckle Brothers Academy, and we're luxury flippers.
And we're standing inside one of our latest purchases of our luxury flip homes. Like we said, we purchased this for $1.6 million. And if you're none familiar with Vegas, or you want to learn a little bit more about Vegas, well, we're going to tell you. This is inside a neighborhood called Southern Highlands, which is in the south side of town and a really prestigious golf course community.
Yeah, it's one of the most prestigious golf courses in town. It is a private country club golf course. We actually did another episode on a $12 million house on the course right here in this neighborhood. You got to check that out if you haven't already. One awesome thing about this house, though, is it's one of the cheapest buys in the neighborhood.
Right.
And that's what you always want to look for when looking for investment properties or potential flips. Cheapest house in the neighborhood, semi-dated. We're going to show you what it's all about. This is going to be a moneymaker.
All right, let's go tour this property.
Let's do it.
Okay, so step right inside. Immediately, you're entered into like a really nice rotunda entry area that feels really high end.
Dude, we're gonna make this thing super grand when you walk in. Hang a huge chandelier from the ceiling here. We're gonna redo the entire stairwell. We're gonna show you also some design styles that we're gonna go for on this property.
Yeah.
You're gonna love what this looks like.
We're gonna do this a little bit different than some of our other luxury properties that you've definitely seen, and if you haven't, check them out on the channel. This house, we're gonna go with, I guess, what's considered more of like a Santa Barbara, California style home, where there's a lot of nice bright light in the house, which we already have with all these windows. We're gonna do a lot of whites and creams and neutral colors and really, really nice finishes.
Yeah, really nice, rich wood plank floors throughout the bottom floor of the house. White cabinetry, really beautiful custom countertops, and a lot of black fixtures and faucets and hardware throughout the house. This is gonna look super nice.
So from the outside and the inside of this property, it feels super grand and super luxurious. But it's actually not that crazy large of a house. It's only 4,500 square feet. It's a 3-bed, 4-bath, 2-story home, but what's cool about the 2-story is that the second level is only the master. So it's almost like the master level.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It's pretty
cool.
Yeah, right. It's super, super grand upstairs. So you said 3-bedroom. That was our biggest concern with this house. You know, typically a 4,500 square foot house, and what we would think about selling in the mid-2s probably when we're done with it.
It's gonna have more beds.
Gotta have 4, 5, 6 bedrooms in it. This one is actually only a 3-bedroom with an office, which we're gonna show you guys. Kind of a little bit of a downplay as to what we usually buy. I don't know.
I think that office, that den, we could put a little closet in and make it another bedroom. It has a bathroom right by it. We'll show you that in just a minute. So that's one thing we're a little concerned about with this house, but I do think there are plenty of buyers that fit the mold for the finished product.
Everything else checks the boxes. So coming right into the kitchen, let's start to showing you what we're gonna do with the design of this house. Like we said, we already bought this. We're into this thing. We start demo this week.
We feel good about it. So this is our main hangout, living room area, kitchen area. And obviously you can see it's very separated and very dated. This is the first thing that's coming out. We want to kind of make this room feel as big as possible. It doesn't have super tall ceilings, but if we get rid of this and kind of make the rooms feel a little more compatible, I think the kitchen and that room are gonna end up both feeling bigger.
Yeah, so we're gonna take this center divider all the way back to this wall here. We do want still a little divide. If you remember from the Elk Clover property that we just did, one major disaster that we did was take it all the way back to the back wall.
Right.
And the living room and the fireplace wall actually ended up hitting the kitchen cabinets at a really weird angle, and
they were different heights and different depths.
Yeah.
So it just didn't match. It looked like two different designers did those two rooms without telling each other.
Yeah.
So we just make a small little wall to kill the cabinets on either side, maybe kill the feature wall on this side, so it looks like it's done on purpose.
Yeah. Hey, you live and you learn.
Yeah.
Even we make mistakes, but we're gonna learn from them and not do it again.
Right.
So this wall comes all the way back, which opens the living room to the kitchen quite a bit. A couple of really cool things that we wanna do here is we're actually gonna take, there's so much light in here with all the French doors and windows. We're actually gonna take this big kitchen window out.
We're gonna kill it.
Move the sink, because there's not a lot of counter space here. We're gonna move the sink to a big center island, and we're actually gonna take the range and put a 48-inch range right here with a really elegant hood above it.
Right.
So that's gonna be a big modification for this kitchen. Bigger range, sink goes to island, and now you're gonna create more counter space around the sides.
Nice and centered right there. It got to get its own wall so we don't cram appliances in together. We're gonna get rid of this soffit, pop up another 18 inches in the kitchen with additional uppers on top of the upper cabinets.
Yeah.
To make it feel a little bit taller.
I think it'd be cool to backlight those too.
It would be great, yeah. And then, although this is an awesome Sub-Zero dual-sided fridge, it's dented and it is old, and it takes up a hell of a lot of space in here. So we're gonna reduce it to a built-in counter depth 48, which I think is plenty for this house.
Yeah, that'll create a little bit more counter space in a kitchen that doesn't have a lot of counter space. And obviously it's a brand new fridge versus this one, which has a lot of damage to it. Yeah.
So the island, although really skinny right now, you're keeping it skinny because of this wall's in place.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that we honestly just make this a big block, like big, almost square. It just extended out this way.
Yeah, I think, we love our waterfall islands. We put waterfall islands in all of our high-end homes. So coming up, looking for some really beautiful one-off slabs for this island.
To accent it.
We'll let you guys help us pick them out, of course.
Sure.
It's gonna be awesome for this kitchen.
Yeah.
Hang a couple pendants above it. Sink goes right centered with the kitchen in the island. It's gonna be a
Put some seating on one
maker.
side or another
Yeah.
so we can actually sit here and eat in the kitchen.
Breakfast bar style.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then one thing we're gonna do over here, there's this weird old school, late 90s, early 2000s desk in the
kitchen desk.
nook. These gotta go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the kitchen, kind of tie it into this side as well, bring the cabinets, counters over here, and then make this a really nice buffet in the kitchen so it looks like it brings this way as well. Keep the nook where it's at, put a cool table here, and we're done.
A little more storage there. You do have the wet bar in this area too, which is right by your living area. To be honest, the only thing I don't like about this is the double level of the counter.
Yeah,
so we'll probably make it a single level. Maybe make this really nice with like some lighting and tile the backsplash and some open shelves so you can, put all kinds of glasses and bottles up here. But other than that, this is probably gonna be like for like. Might be a good idea that since they do have a fridge, maybe throw in like a wine fridge,
really nice
or
wine
an
fridge.
ice maker or something like that you'd want in a bar area.
Yeah, this really feels and looks load bearing. If we could take this out, we would actually probably delete the bar entirely.
Right.
But since this has to stay and it has this drop down ceiling in it, we're just gonna keep the bar like for like as is, except for this countertop. So typically we would take it out because it's kind of an old school thing. You really never use it, but in this case, we're gonna keep it and just rebuild it super nice.
Yep. We only have laundry back there, which is pretty simple, and then we do have a walk-in pantry back there, but going into the center of the house, this is where we're gonna really dress up the feeling you get right when you walk in.
Yeah, these columns, a lot of the times we try to take these out, but in this case, with the style of the house that we're going in, of course, they're gonna be load-bearing columns. So one of them or two of them will be load-bearing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna case these in really nicely all the way down, and that's gonna really make this an elegant entryway.
A lot of trim work here is gonna make it look custom. And then right over here, where you're looking out to the golf course and out to the pool, we have two French doors that we can pretty easily fit a slider in between. So we're gonna keep the window on the side, keep the window on this side, and where the doors are, delete that and put a slider.
Yeah, we're actually gonna put two sliders in this house.
Ooh.
This is the main slider
Yes,
here.
this is one.
So right off the entryway, you're gonna have a big slider there, two big windows on either side of it, and you're actually gonna have one more, we'll show you again in the main family room as well, to that covered patio.
So kitchen looks out to the backyard,
Yep.
main area looks out to the backyard.
All the doors, we'll recase all these doors in here so they match the casing on the columns. And we're gonna paint all these black. So it goes really nice against the white walls, big white casing. It's gonna pop really nice.
And the new sliders that we get are usually that black aluminum, so everything will match.
So coming into the main room here, There's really no dining area here. There's a ceiling fan. So we're gonna make this the formal dining room here, or the formal dining area.
This won't be carpeted.
It won't be carpeted, it'll be tiled throughout, so this will actually make the room feel bigger. The fact that there's tile and carpet separation shrinks the room quite a bit. If this is all one tile all the way through, it would naturally just feel a lot larger. But we'll hang a nice chandelier, probably linear from front to back of the house. And on this wall, where Jesse's at, we're gonna plug that hole in, drywall that in as if that was never there. And we're gonna put uppers, cabinet uppers, which are 12 to 18 inches deep versus 24 inches deep on the lowers, put a custom slab around it, backsplash the entire back wall, and hang a couple glass uppers on it, so it becomes a really nice custom dining niche wall.
So then facing the dining area, this is more towards the front door, more your formal living area where you come in, and of course this is the room that nobody really uses, but, and parents say you can't come in, you can't sit in, but this is gonna be your formal living room. We're probably going to not necessarily restructure all of this, where we would usually take out every single thing. I think we're gonna delete all the woodwork around this mantle and this hearth, and then wrap this with something really nice and neutral to just kind of not make this jump out too much. This isn't necessarily the single feature of really the bottom floor anywhere. Down there over by the kitchen is where you're gonna watch TV, where you're gonna hang out most often. So we're gonna keep this a little bit more simple, a little more elegant.
Yeah, one thing that would be nice, now that I'm just standing here looking at it, I don't think we really talked about this area a whole lot, but if we're doing the custom dining buffet on that wall, we could take uppers as well, fit them right here in this, on both sides, and just put nice countertop on them, and hang and take the little small puck lights, or even a sconce would look good on either side. So you have a nice tile fireplace wall, cabinetry with beautiful counter on it, and then the back of it is just a big sconce, or even just a puck light where you could put a big plant or something on it. Okay, so halfway up the staircase to the master, we have the office. So come in here, take a look at this. It's pretty cool. We really think it would be hard to make this a bedroom because you can't make that a full bathroom. So this room would never have a bathroom to really shower and get ready in.
It's really far away to even go use one.
And it's really far away. So this is gonna be an office. This house is gonna be a 3-bedroom house, and we can live with that. We're okay with that. One beautiful thing about this office is you have these 3 windows that are elevated above the lower level of the house that look directly out to the golf course and the mountains. So a really nice view working in here. Not gonna do a whole lot to it. We'll probably do 1 or 2 custom trim walls in here to spruce it up, hang a really nice fan or chandelier in here, and stage it like a really nice office.
Call it a day.
Let's go upstairs.
So up this awesome stairwell right off the entryway. Like we said before, we're gonna hang an awesome chandelier here, something really big and impressive. We're gonna redo all the banisters all the way down so it matches the aesthetic of the house a little more. But like I said, this upper level is only the master. So you get your own level of the house when you're the buyer.
It's pretty cool. A lot of modifications that are gonna be done in here, so bear with us here.
Walking through into the actual bedroom, there's a couple archways in the house, but a lot of the openings have been squared off, just like this one over here. We like this to look a little bit better. We don't think it's as dated as a curved or an arch with columns.
Or how about like a deck in the middle of the room so your bed sits 2 steps above the rest of the room, which is really weird in my mind. We've actually had a couple people say that they don't hate it.
Yeah.
But what do you guys think? Does this weird bed deck have to come out so it's all one level or not? We really think it does.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I don't want to do this every time I'm getting in and out of bed and going back and forth to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I'm
also,
not interested
shrinks the room down too. Like, imagine how big this room would feel if that entire deck was gone and this was all one level to the back wall.
And look at the footprint. This is the footing of the bed, so you got to think it's going to come out a little bit farther.
Right.
Your bed basically goes right to the end and looks like it falls off the stairs.
Super weird. I think it's got to go.
So I think we can take this out, and we're definitely going to be hiding these.
Yeah, these old things got to go. You know, this is super old school.
Yeah, so those will go, whether we can delete them or we just square them off. We'll square off the arch up here. And what's really cool, there's actually a few really cool things about this master bedroom. One is right behind this fireplace.
Yeah, this is really nice.
You have a whole second area for an in the main room type of office if that office is separate. Or you can have a little workout area. You can have a little TV room that's not inside the bedroom.
Yeah, a reading room. I mean, this is a really nice master loft space that we're gonna spruce up. What we're gonna do, we're probably gonna just do a really nice chair rail wainscot around this entire room, hang a really nice chandelier, and just make it feel elegant. What's really cool about it is you have 2 different ways to access this room.
True.
1, from the main staircase. 2, you can actually access this from the main courtyard. How cool is that? So, with this master bedroom, we're also gonna end up doing something really nice against that back wall. Probably do custom woodwork or some trim work. And Jesse made a really good idea the other day as to hang some custom sconces on either side of the bed.
I'd love to see like some really nice sconces right over your nightstands, like kind of those built-in lights instead of having to actually put lamps and stuff on that edge. I think that would just look super, super high end.
Yeah, I think this wall in this room really lends itself well to that. Yeah. Walking right into it, I mean, that's gonna look so good with a really nice bed set in it.
Especially because of course we do, once it's all staged, it's gonna look 100% finished when you walk in.
Yeah, one weird thing though that I'm still kind of scratching my head on is what to do with the fireplace and or TV wall. Like, obviously this is kind of where the TV's gotta go, is over here. But do you just hang a random TV up here and that's what you get and the fireplace is like to the side there? Or is this a wall that we could create like a half wall mantle, put an LED in here, and maybe just get rid of that entirely? I don't know what to do with it.
What I'm thinking is this is such a different style of master bedroom. You have that whole room where you could totally watch TV in there. You don't have to have a TV right in front of the bed. Yeah. Like, we normally think that because it's usually just one square room. Yeah. And you're gonna have one in the room, so you're gonna watch it from bed. But since this is like so separated, I think we let them figure that out. Okay. We could just do like a lower little like table like we did down in the dining room.
Stage it.
Or just put uppers with a counter right there. Yeah. And if they wanna hang a TV there, they can. If they wanna make that in TV room, they can.
And then we'll just wrap this with tile and make this a nice fireplace as is. Because the fireplace is like,
it's high.
3 feet off the ground too, so it's kind of in a weird position.
It's a little bit weird, but at the end of the day, once we dress it up, I don't think it's that bad. The only other thing which we did hear from one of our agents on our team was making this into double-sided fireplace.
See, that'd be badass.
That would be sweet because you get that feel from here and in that other room.
So coming into the master bath now, we have these dated arches in here as well. So we're gonna square this front one off, and this wall we're gonna take from here all the way back to here. So this whole thing will come up and get taken away and squared off, which is gonna make this feel so much larger and so much more open. Also, they have carpet kind of cutting off the tile from the carpet area. This is gonna be tiled from the entry all the way through.
So you wanna feel like you're walking in the bathroom from back there. Right. Because right now it's really all the way up here.
Yeah, and it makes it very thin, very skinny from the front to back. So with this gone, everything tiled throughout, it's gonna feel much more uniform and larger.
There's a really big her side closet right there. We have the water closet. Then once you're actually in here, it looks like the vanities are split. We have her side over there, tub in the center, his side here, and then the shower is gonna get a major modification as well. I don't know why when they build really nice homes that they make such tiny showers. Doesn't make any sense to me. So this is gonna be really opened up. There's actually a little space behind this wall on the his side closet that we're gonna cannibalize and turn into the shower. I think we get more bang for the buck there. And the closet doesn't shrink that much, so it's not that big of a sacrifice.
Yeah, so that's gonna be pretty much a big glass wall where you're standing there with a door on it.
So you'll be able to see through the whole thing there.
Yeah, that'd be really nice. Here we have this old deck style drop-in tub. Of course, we take this out completely. We're gonna put a custom freestanding tub here in front of the windows. Freestanding tub, we get rid of 10 inches of deck here, 6 inches of deck on the back side. So it's also gonna make this room feel a lot larger, getting rid of the deck, and also just being able to see through to the back wall with the tile.
It also helped to get rid of these too. These just bring down the ceiling, they bring in the walls, they make it feel smaller.
Yep, all the arches in the entire house get pushed up and squared off. Yep. Vanities are pretty much gonna stay like for like in here. You know, custom counters, of course, big custom mirrors. And this is gonna be a really nice master bath once we're done with it. It's gonna feel a lot more open, squaring stuff off and taking walls out.
The master bedroom's nice, the additional room's nice, the bathroom's really nice, but the balcony and the view is top shelf. So let's go check that out.
Okay, this is why we bought this house. This view's a showstopper. We're sitting on Southern Highlands Golf Course with mountain views in the back. Check this view out. This thing is insane.
So the backyard's really nice as well. Obviously, it's got the killer view from all angles in the back of the house. Backyard has a really nice pool already. We're probably gonna redo the coping around the sides because the old brickwork kind of looks dated. Replace that, replace the vats in the back of the pool with something a little more square, a little more modern, and then maybe do some planting.
Yeah, so let's talk about the numbers because we know you guys want to know what the numbers are on this. So we bought this house at $1.6 million.
Ooh.
We're gonna put, when it's all said and done, probably close to $300,000 in it with landscape and rehab all inclusive.
Total.
So we're in it for $1.9 million.
Right.
And the resale value on this property today, there's no supply out there. You can't buy anything turnkey on the golf course here in Southern Highlands. It's gonna be $2.4 million. So with that number and with everything included, I think we're gonna make about $400,000 to $450,000 on this house.
And I honestly have noticed when we buy homes and we predict, recently we've ended up a little higher than that too. So 1.4 is where we stand right now. We'll see once it's all done and once it all comes together. It's gonna be absolutely beautiful. We may get it bid up. We may decide to increase the list price a little bit.
Yeah, you never know. The market is crazy. Supply super low, demand super high. So we always run conservative comps with what we look at. So it could absolutely be higher.
Right.
And that's one thing we talk about a lot in the Boeckle Brothers Academy is one, not only flipping luxury, but also how to evaluate deals, how to comp properties and make confident buy decisions. We don't do anything off of appreciation bets. We buy everything conservatively, and that's one reason why we haven't lost on a lot of properties.
Absolutely. It's a very safe way to go, and it's a good way to start out if you're a new investor. We also cover a lot of different design topics because designing a house like this can be very overwhelming. It's a lot to do, and it's a lot to handle and manage.
Yeah, designing any house is overwhelming.
Any house, to be honest.
Whatever size it is.
Yes.
So we do talk a lot about the design process, and we talk a lot about flipping even from scratch. Today we're talking about a luxury property that we bought, but if you're just getting into investing, we can absolutely help you get your feet on the ground and get the ball rolling.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're interested in learning more, go ahead and sign yourself up. The Boeckle Brothers Academy link is below. Sign yourself up today and get started.
If you have any questions about this property, comp properties, or flipping homes in general, drop a comment below. We're always happy to help.
Subscribe to the channel, show us some love, and until then,
We'll see you on the flip side.